Glamours, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, hola, como esta, salut, bonjour, wagwan. So if you guys are wondering why I'm doing my intro with my face like this and my hair like looking a hot mess, is because this is going to be a chit chat get ready with me video. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, so I'm very glad that I'm getting around to do it. I posted on Snapchat saying I was going to be filming a chit chat get ready with me video, and I asked you guys what you guys wanted me to talk about. And by the way, if you're not following me on Snapchat, please add me up. I just feel like that's a more like personal level for us to interact. When I'm here, it's just like, hey, hi, bye guys. So I'm gonna talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but I picked top 3 that I'm going to be talking about. I wrote it down so I don't forget. So I'm going to be talking about how I got into makeup. I'm going to be talking about my dating life. So in the dating life, I'm going to be talking about my worst date and just like general synopsis of my dating life at the moment. And I'm also going to be talking about like places that I want to travel to and the place like I'm going next. And then also I'm just going to be talking about like a little bit of like motivational stuff. I don't want this video to be like a downer, so that's why I'm not gonna be talking about like, you know, downer stuff, because I love the fact that this channel gives me that platform to motivate you girls out there, girls and guys, everyone that watches me. I love the fact that I'm able to do that through one little way or the other. So without further ado, let's get started. And I'm going to list everything that I use down below. If y'all are wondering, I put some gloss on my lips because my lips are like crusty AF. And then also my hair. I literally just finished eating lunch, a very spicy lunch at that. So I'm very like hot, because I love spicy food. As for the look I'm creating today, I usually don't do a lot of colors, so I'm going to try to do something with blue. Let's see how that goes. So hopefully it comes out looking sexy. And the first topic is how I got into makeup. Honestly, that is a very interesting story that I hold very dear to my heart. In growing up, I was a girly girl, and then when I was in elementary school, I became more of a tomboy. And I feel like that had to do with the fact that I moved to Canada from Nigeria, and then I just didn't, like, I hadn't found myself yet. So I always used to wear tracksuits, and I hated doing my hair. So legit, like, my hair was probably like next to this going to school, being the new kid on the block and stuff like that. So people were like picking on me, not like too much. I fought my battle. I definitely fought my battle, but people still had their fair share of like picking on, bullying me and telling me that I only wore like tracksuits to school. Like, it wasn't like a hurtful bully, because coming from Nigeria, I feel like you're very tough. Like, you can hold your own to an extent, at least. In grade 9, like after grade 8, and I was like going to high school, it was like a brand new start for me. Although the high school was like literally like next door, but I just felt like it was like a new me. Like I was starting to find out who I was as a person. But I told my sister, I'm like, I want to be a girl. I want my high school experience to be different. Like, I want to be doing my hair and wearing some type of makeup. So my sister went to MAC, so sweet of her. I love her to death for that. And she bought me my very first makeup. She bought me foundation, powder, a lip gloss, and mascara. It was Zoom mascara. It was NW45 Studio Fix foundation, because I feel like that's what everyone matches black girls with. And then she got me a lip gloss, so just like a clear lip gloss, kind of similar to what I'm wearing right now. And I was like, you know what? I am ready to take on my high school career. New beginning, new me, who this, you know. So basically that's how I started wearing makeup. And at the time, like, come on, you're in grade 9 and you have MAC products, because that was when like those rolly stuff were still in, those rolly glosses. So people were like, whoa, makeup artist. And then I started venturing into eyeshadow world in like grade 10 or grade 11, grade 12. And by then I bought my first eyeshadow palette from Claire's. I started feeling like a makeup artist, you know, like trying to create looks and whatnot. And I didn't know how to blend for the life of me. So I literally used to just put on 2 colors and call it a day. So I started doing that, but I wasn't doing it like something I wanted to do professionally. I was just doing it like trying to be a girl. So now fast forward to uni. I met my friends. I love you guys to death. If you guys are watching this, y'all already know my like forever and always. Fast forward, my friends became really supportive. They're actually the reason why I'm where I'm at. I'm not even their friend. Okay, honestly, Rel, I can see you're really passionate about this. Have you thought of starting a blog or like a YouTube channel or stuff? And this was probably like 2011 now, because I got into uni 2010. They're like, yeah, start a blog, you know, whatever. So we sat down and we thought about names. And that was how Love Glam was created. And before, I feel like I shortened Love Glam as of 2015. But back in 2011, when I got into makeup and into YouTube for the very first time, my name was Love Glambition, and I love that name because I'm a lover for love. I love glam, and I am very ambitious. So I felt like we conclusively decided that that was the perfect name. I started YouTube in 2011, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I later on quit. But that's a story for another video. That's not what the question asked. See, I like to ramble. And for my uni, I did like when they had cultural shows, I did makeup for like the photo shoots and the actual stuff, and like it helped me practice. Like, don't get me wrong, when I look at those pictures now, I was like, oh, what the hell was I doing? But back then, like, it was a really great help. So that brings me to 2012 now. And 2012, I really wanted to work for MAC because I feel like back then MAC was the ish. Like, if you could get a job for MAC, you are on and popping. I thought like you had to go to makeup school to work for MAC, so I was like, you know what, that's a dream that I'll probably like fulfill later on when I have the time to go to makeup school. But I knew it was on my to-do list. So the summer for 2012, took a year off for personal reasons, and I was applying for jobs in the mall, and I had like my face beef for that day, and my nose was starting to get oily, but I didn't have like my touch-up kit. So I went into a MAC store to ask the girl, like the lady there, to please, like, can I use her powder brush to powder my nose? And she's like, oh my gosh, I love your makeup. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then she's like, are you a makeup artist? I was like, well, I am getting into makeup and stuff. I would love to work for MAC, but too bad you have to go to like beauty school to be able to work for MAC. And she's like, no, you don't. And I was like, I'm sorry, say what? She's like, no, you don't. You just have to have passion. I could tell that you had passion. Oh, thank you. So are you guys hiring? And then she was like, you know what? I'm actually going to bring an application form for you. And at this point, I literally had one resume that I was going to hand to another store, and I was literally just powdering my nose to go hand it in. What better opportunity? So I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to that store. I guess this is where my resume is going. So she gave me the application form. I filled it out. I gave her the resume. She said, okay, thank you, we'll be in touch. She wasn't the manager nor the assistant manager. This was just like, when I started working there, I realized like she was just like a regular worker. So like the key holder of makeup counters. She called me for an interview, and I was really nervous. I had to bring a model to the interview, and girl, when I say I went to YouTube, I went on YouTube, and I watched every how to get a job at MAC video, which by the way, if I had to make a how to get a job at MAC video, and like that, girl. But I just feel like because I was so nervous, I was like messing up things. I wasn't myself. That's what it boils down to. I was not being myself, and that definitely reflected on the work that I did. So they called me, they're like, oh, sorry, you did not get the job. And then because then I just started applying for jobs and whatnot. So like that was my first time trying to apply for a job in retail. So I didn't know like what to expect. So when she called me and told me I didn't get the job, I asked her what was it that I did wrong so I know next for another interview that I have. And then she was like, honestly, you were good. I just feel like your nerves got a better part of you. And then also like they timed us and I ran out of time and I was like rushing. So she's like, just get familiar with your products and stuff like that, and you'll be okay. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I didn't get the job. You know, it was not meant to be. Maybe I'm not prepared yet. Because whatever that happens in my life and it didn't happen when I wanted it to happen, I always look at it as, you know what, you're not ready for it. When you're ready, it will happen like the right way. And this was probably like closer to my 19th birthday, so I was 18 at this point. And maybe like 2 weeks later, they called me. I feel like now I'm blabbing. I'm literally telling you guys every little detail. I need to fast forward because I have like 4 more points to talk about. They called me again 2 weeks later and they're like, hey, do you have some time for an interview? And I was like, honey, say what? Yes. So I was like, do I need to bring a model this time around? And they're like, no, just come alone. And this time around, I promised myself, I said, no matter what you do, girl, you be yourself. Like, so I went there and I was myself, and I talked to the manager and she was so sweet. Like, it just became me being myself. It was no longer me trying to impress anyone. She offered me the job right on the spot. And she's like, welcome to the MAC team. And like, I was so happy. It was literally the best, like, turning 19 present ever. And that was how I started working in makeup. That was how I finally answered the damn question. That was how I got into makeup. And I tried to do YouTube, but I just didn't know what I was doing. And that got the best of me because I'm a perfectionist. How they say don't compare yourself to people. I do compare myself to people. I feel like a good dose of comparison is always healthy. As far as you don't overdo it. So basically I compared myself then like too much, and I just felt like I wasn't enough. I felt like maybe it was not my time to be a YouTuber, so I quit. And I got back in 2015. And when I got back in 2015, I promised myself, like, no matter what, girl, you do this because you want to do it, because you love it. And the subscribers will come, the views will come with time. It's not going to be easy. Some people get lucky, which is beautiful and nice, but just work hard and do it because you love it, not because you want the money and you want to get paid and this and this and this. And that was how I got back on YouTube, but that's not the question that y'all asked me. My worst date ever. I feel like I have two. Ooh, I remember one. I've been on a couple worst dates, not even gonna lie. No, not gonna lie. He knew me through a mutual friend. He added me on Facebook, and at first I didn't respond or whatever, and then he messaged me separately to tell me, like, bruh, listen, I know somebody that knows you, so don't think I'm a creep. And then we started talking, and then he asked me on a date. I met the guy there, and we sat down and everything, and we started talking. Homeboy felt like in the first 5 minutes of talking that it was appropriate to tell me about his strip club experience. I sat there and I listened to him talk about his strip club experience. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. I've been to a strip club. Everyone has been, not everyone. But anyways, that's not like, it's not something you talk about within the first few minutes of meeting somebody. You know what I mean? So he told me that his voice took him and how much fun it was. Like, with things like that, I wouldn't shut you down. I wouldn't be like, oh, stop talking about this. This is not appropriate or something like that. I will literally give you listening ears and just listen to what you gotta say. I noticed that he was very immature for his age. The time this happened, I was, say, 23, so he was 26 and I was 23. The boy felt like it was appropriate to tell me about all these things, and I didn't stop him. I just listened. I guess he took that as this is a great first date topic, and he talked and talked and talked, and I just drank and drank and drank. For me, when it comes to drinks, I drink beer, I drink wine. So anyways, he now felt the need to tell me that it was inappropriate for a female to order beer. Then I said, in what world? And then he now proceeded to tell me which world, of how women are supposed to be classy, and how beers give you pot belly, and how ordering a beer is not good as a lady. And I was just looking at the guy like, okay, ordering beer is not good as a lady, but here you are telling me about your strip club experience. You don't want to see me complaining, so shut your mouth and let me enjoy my beer. I sat through the date, okay? And then at the end, homeboy had the audacity to be like, oh my gosh, this was such a great time. Let's do it again sometime. And I was like, and mind you, when I was on this date, if he walked away, his friends probably asked him like what he learned about me, he has no clue. Like, homeboy was talking. Like, we're on the topic of date anyway. I'm gonna tell you guys another terrible date. There's this other date that I went on. For people that don't know, I study psychology in school. So I guess I would consider myself a psychologist to an extent. Lo and behold, I turned into the man's therapist. Went from getting to know each other to him telling me his life story and me like reassuring him that everything will be okay. He spent 3 hours. I only said like maybe like 2 things about myself, and the rest of the 3 hours was him literally complaining to me. And I just realized at the end of the day, he's just like a very pessimistic individual. Like, he's very negative, and I don't like negative people in my life. Like, I really work hard to stay positive, and he was just like a Debbie Downer. So I was like, goodbye, like no. But in terms of general dating synopsis, I'm single. Some people are just difficult to get to know. I just feel like for the most part, I think I know what I want. So sometimes it might come off as a lot of guys want to take things naturally and let things flow. But I let things flow, don't get me wrong. But I just feel like for the most part, like you have to ignite the flow and then let it flow naturally. You know, you have to ask the right questions, do the right thing, and then the rest will flow naturally. That's the logic of when people say let things happen naturally. It does not mean like go there and like stare at the person for like 3 hours and hope that, you know, something will happen naturally or something like that. I've really had my fair share of like terrible dating stuff. This one I'm gonna try to like make it short, but it's about a guy that I was like romantically interested in, and it was long distance. And I love to travel, so I would like go see him. One occasion where I went to go see him, surprised him and everything. One night when we were out, like me and his boys, it was about like 5 of us, but I was the only female, of course. His male friend said something, or like I made a smart comment about it, which I feel like the smart comment is not that serious in my opinion. If you guys are Nigerian, if like you would know what I mean, like he said something and I said, oh, you're so Raz. And back then that was when Raz was a thing. I don't know how to explain it, but like it's like you're such a freshie, or like you're such a yardie if you're Jamaican. Like I don't know how to explain it. And then the guy got mad, but I wasn't like cool like that with him to say something like that. But in that moment he got mad and I didn't understand why he got mad, so I was like, okay. And then this guy that I came to see ran after him. Like I thought he was going to like run after him, make sure he's okay, because he started walking away when I said that. And I guess he talked to him and I was there waiting for him to come back and like tell me okay, he's okay, or like you need to apologize to him again, like whatever the case may be. He ran after him and they disappeared. So mind you, like we went out, we were supposed to be club hopping. So now I lost 5 grown ass men, okay, or they lost me, however way you want to look at it. And I was lost and I was not sober, and it was about like 1 a.m. in the morning, or maybe like 12 in the morning, and I didn't know my way around. Like yes, I had said something that was like probably out of line, which I didn't think it was out of line. If you guys think it's out of line and you guys are Nigerians and you know what like stop being Raz means, then please let me know if it was out of line. I didn't think it was. Later on we spoke about it. He said he lost me and like he turned around, he thought I was following him. And I was like, no, I thought you were going to go like calm your friend down and come back looking for me. Like that night with me and not being like sober, I went into like 2 or 3 clubs, like the clubs we had originally planned to hop. I paid just to go in there to look for them and I couldn't find them for the life of me, and that really upset me because I didn't know where to go. Mind you, I left my phone at the hotel because whenever I travel I always lose my phone. So I said, you know what, like I'm not going to travel, like I'm not gonna leave the hotel this time around with my phone. And worst night, I ended up calling my friends like here in Canada. Like I don't even know how I pulled what I pulled that night, but I ended up using people's phones. I even tried to Skype people, like it was crazy. And he was unapologetic about it. I get the whole like, you know, your bro is mad or whatever, but like to leave somebody that came to see you legitimately just like by herself, like you don't even know how I ended up getting home, because I ended up having to, because back then like there was no Uber. This was a while ago, by the way, guys. So I ended up having to take a taxi. Actually, no, I lied. I took the subway from Penn Station down to like the very last stop, and I ended up taking a cab to my hotel. When I entered the cab, I was like, honestly, please, like I have money in my hotel. I just need to like go upstairs and grab it and I'll bring it back down. And that was how I got home. And that is something that definitely was like, okay, I see you. By the way, this foundation is a little dark on my skin, so if you guys are looking at me why like I'm doing this to myself right now, I'm going to rebalance it, so don't worry. Okay, talking is hard. If you know me personally, you know I enjoy traveling. This year I actually had like plans to travel a lot. As I'm filming this, my girls are currently in DC for the long weekend, so that's exciting. And before that, they were in Curacao. They were in Curacao last month. So I'm just here like, oh, girls are traveling and I'm just looking at the sun. Reasons why I didn't participate in those trips. So I'm going to Tanzania for one of my best friend's wedding in August, so that's exciting. Like honestly, my dream is actually to travel the world and stock up those stamps on my passport, so we're working towards that slowly but surely. Where else would I like to travel? I want to go to Thailand next year, by God's grace. And I want to go to Greece. I want to go to Italy. I want to start taking trips that are not just like tropical islands. I've been to Cancun, I've been to Jamaica, like, you know, like the tropical. So now I feel like, you know, I'm gonna be 25 in October. So it's time to actually start taking grown-up trips, in my opinion. Not that there's anything wrong with like tropical trips. I would like to travel. You know, I actually thought I would be like far like done my makeup by the time this story was like nearing its end, but we're not. So I'm going to proceed to talking about motivation, and which is like something like really important. Like I said, I don't want to make this video like too serious, but I also wanted to address like just motivation, because I feel like it's something that I'm battling with, especially since this year started. I've had like days where I felt like I could conquer the world, and then I had days where I was like, please, no one should disturb me. And I feel like it's something that we all go through. I was just lacking motivation. Like it's on and off. Like some days I'll be very motivated to do stuff, and then other days I'll be very out of it. But I just feel like in life, what I basically want to get out there is when you are chasing your dreams and when you're trying to accomplish things that you have on your list and it's not going as fast or as you planned it, I want you to know like it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? It's okay for that to happen. People have different routes, and I have like a few things in my life right now that I would have loved like to be off there with that, you know what I mean, like done with it, or like excelling like tremendously. Jeez, I can't say the word. But let me use like something like my YouTube for an example. I got back on YouTube in 2015, so technically let's say I've been on YouTube since 2015, because before that I didn't know what I was doing. So I've been on YouTube since 2015, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of my subscribers. Like I cannot thank you guys enough. I'm so grateful for you guys. We are now at like 12,000 if I'm not mistaken, and I'm so happy for that. Like it blew out of nowhere the past few months, but it's like I just wanted to use that as an example. Like sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, like why am I not growing? Like why am my subscriber count not growing fast enough? And I feel like those are all like normal things to feel, because even those people that have like thousands or even in the millions, like they still have days where like they're like, why am I not racking this many views, or whatever the case may be. That's just life. So essentially what I want to like put out there in that sense is whatever that you're going through, like I want you to, I'm not gonna say don't compare yourself, because if you don't compare yourself, then you're not giving yourself the opportunity to be the best that you can be, or like opportunity to motivate yourself. Essentially, I told myself I will do it because I loved to do it, and back then I was like very down and stuff like that, and it was a getaway for me. It was something that I did that made me happy. Like every time I filmed a video, it was almost like, you know, I got to get away, essentially. This was my therapy, a nutshell. So I just want y'all to know, like whatever that you're going through right now, whatever that you have happening in your life and you feel like it's not happening, oh God, I look scary. And you feel like it's not happening fast enough, just know that it's like you are on this race by yourself. It's your own race. Like I feel like by yourself sounds harsh. It's like it's your personal race. Like you're not racing with any other person. Your goal should be to be a better person than you were yesterday. I feel like I got sidetracked and I literally just put so much powder on my face, so I guess we're baking. We're baking. But basically, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say with that. Just know that you're in your own race. Like don't feel like you should be somewhere because this other person is there and feel like you're not. But that's pretty much that with motivation. So I guess because I'm already done like talking about what y'all want. because I'm already done talking about what y'all wanted me to talk about. I'm going to take this opportunity just to welcome all my new subscribers. I feel like I do this in every video, but I just feel like I just want you guys to know that, because I think in like my regular videos I don't get a chance to really say that. When it comes to my Love Glam channel, I have like tons and tons of plans for the channel, in which I've already started one of them, which is cooking with Ral. And thank you guys so much, everyone that loved the series. At first I didn't know if you guys were going to like it, or if you were gonna be like, no, just go back to doing makeup. Like, I was a little torn, and I'm so happy for you guys' support. I really, really appreciate that. I want to be as real, like as real as I possibly can. And sometimes talking to a camera, you can't really get yourself across. That's why I'm so big on like the whole adding me on Snapchat. Then you can get to know like the real me. Not that I'm saying like here's fake, but I just feel like we don't have enough time to get to know each other. So because my like travel vlog aspect of this channel is not really going to be hot and popping until like August time, I'm contemplating like starting to like do not a daily vlog. Let me not play myself. I'm not gonna say daily vlog, but I want to like, on a day that I'm really, really busy or something, or like a day that I have super exciting things happening, I'm going to vlog it, and I'm going to like, you know, show you guys a day in my life or something like that, like something fun. So I just kind of want to like build this community of like trusting people and like engaging people, and like people that, you know, like if things were to like happen, or if things were to come up, I know you guys have my back, and I have you guys' back. Like, that's basically what I'm trying to like work on. So another trick I'm about to do right now is one that I got from Makeup Shayla, and it's basically like the forehead highlight. And at first I was like, excuse me, what? But girl, I'm still here for it. Like, it just makes your forehead glow like you're a freaking light bulb, and I love it. Mind you, I have a big old forehead, so I'm supposed to be contouring it so that I wouldn't glow that much, but look at that. Go over it, so that way it's like a bronze glow as opposed to a highlight glow. So while that dries, I'm gonna carry on to my lips. How does this lip go? I forgot to highlight my brow bone. Okay, so what else can I tell you guys about myself? I'm a talkative, like I love to chat, as you guys could tell, obviously. Like, I could talk you to sleep. So anyways, I ended up putting like a little bit of shimmer as a highlight on my brow bone, and basically this is the full look. Sorry, I had to do that so I would stop getting on my teeth. And for my hair is just a pineapple, and I got a lot of questions on Snapchat on how I created this. And basically it's just old twist outs that like my hair is ready to be washed, but I'm just so lazy to wash it. So I just grabbed like half part of my hair and I tied it up, just like give it a tie. And then this part, I bobby pinned it to look this way. It's just very easy to achieve. And this you can do on your like old twist outs if you're not ready to like wash your hair yet, because it gives your hair like, you know, that nice before you wash it. Hopefully I gave you guys 10 random facts about me. If I didn't, I'm 5'3". I would love to write a book by the time before I turn 30. So guys, look out for that. If I ever write a book, please be the first to buy. What else? I love water. Like, no matter what I drink, like even if I drink tea, pop, whatever, I always go back and drink water afterwards. I used to be addicted to teeth whitening in high school. So if you guys ever wondered why like my teeth is super, like I have naturally super white teeth, like thanks to my dad. His teeth is pretty white, so I got that from him. But in high school I was legitimately addicted to whitening strips by Crest, and I think that's all like I can think of right now. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat video. I had a lot of fun filming it. This was just kind of like talking to my girlfriends as I do my makeup, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And please do not forget to subscribe if this is your first time on my channel, and if this is not, thank you so much for your continuous support. Let's hit 12,000. I said $12,000. Let's hit 12,000 subscribers, guys. I really appreciate all of your love from the bottom of my heart. It It means so much to me. Let's grow together slowly but surely. Never forget that. But yeah, on that note, thank you guys so much once more. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Do something. Until then, bye guys. Bye. Bye. Seriously, 1,000 kisses. Bye.
Let's go. There's something about this girl.